All right, all right. Hello, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I have Gwen Sarigold on with me today, and we're going to have a great discussion. As you saw, the message we've been sending out all day, telling you to get on this live that you don't want to miss because we're talking about what happens to your money when the banks collapse. Going to be a powerful topic. If you don't know who Gwen is, he's an amazing mentor and teacher when it comes to crypto. He's the original crypto swami. The original guru of it all, and a great teacher for many, many people. So much so that there's been a lot of accounts that just try to mimic his account to copy him. But he's a true original, and he's been on here many times. He's helped a lot of Forbidden Knowledge followers create a passive income. And tonight we're going to be talking about this amazing, sizzling topic. What happens to your money when the banks collapse? What's up, Gavin?
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for hopping on. So on such short notice to talk about this topic.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. It's really important because, this is some unprecedented stuff that we're going through right now. And, we're in uncharted water right now, Billy. I know Billy reached out to me today. He goes, man, we got to do this like now because we got to inform the people. And I said, let's do it, man. I've been grinding ever since that text message came through. So
yeah, nice. Good, man. Absolutely. It's really important, because, can you imagine working and slaving at a company all week long, or maybe in some cases for 2 weeks, right? Because you get bi-weekly pay. And then knowing that you have specific bills and responsibilities due, and now it's payday. This is actually payday. And on payday, you go to start, using your debit card, paying some bills, withdraw some cash, and it says your account's in a negative balance, and it shouldn't be. Can you imagine a feeling on, what people are feeling, what they're thinking about, the type of fear that surges through a person's body when their account has been drained with no explanation?
Yeah. I mean, even our company now, we actually pay our employees with crypto. We bank all of our own crypto, and it's more safe than any bank out there. We have a multi-sig military grade blockchain interface that we use that, not one person can drain the account. It uses consensus between, all the partners. So, but people don't realize that this stuff is out there, but it's scary. I mean, I used to have a 9-to-5 job, up until 2020, until I just cut ties with it. Cause I just said, man, I'm done being a slave to the matrix, and you've talked about this before. This is really modern day slavery, and they are fighting like all hell to keep this ball rolling. And, it's starting to look like the party's about to stop for them. And so it's scary and exciting at the same time. It's scary and exciting at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt. So what we're talking about, for those of you who are just joining us, Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, they just collapsed. The bank collapsed. And unfortunately, the depositors will possibly, within the next 6 to 8 months, possibly get back the amount that they had under secured deposits. Now, what that means is that when you go to a bank and you go up to the teller, you'll see that it says FDIC insured. And when you see that FDIC insured, you put your money in that bank thinking that your cash is being insured inside the bank, that, the money you put in, it's safe here. This bank is insured by the government, right? I mean, how much more safe can you possibly be, at least from that perspective? And so you put your money in the bank, and what a lot of people don't realize is that it's only insured up to $250,000. Now, when I was younger, I remember it used to be only $99,000, and now it got bumped up because of all the inflation and everything else. So now it's $250,000. Your money's insured up to. And here's the process. So you put your money in the bank. Let's say that bank had a lot of corporations banking there with a lot of employees. Those corporations for sure had more than 250 in their accounts, for example. And some of those employees are high-level execs, or C-suite execs, right? And so anything you have over that 250, It's bye-bye. You're never going to see it again. And so I used to tell people that you always have to have multiple bank accounts, but you can't have multiple bank accounts at the same bank, because the way that the FDIC works, let's say you say, well, I'm going to outsmart the FDIC. I love this bank so much, I'm just going to open up 10 different accounts at this bank under 10 different company names and one under my personal name. And I'll open up another one under, some type of a CD or whatever. Doesn't matter. If it's at that bank, they're going to combine all the accounts that you've opened at that bank into one account, and they're going to give you the FDIC insurance of what? $250,000 one time. And you're going to have to work your ass off to get that for up within 6 to 8 months. You might get it, but you're going to have to work your ass off to get that FDIC coverage. And so the rest of the money that you had in all those individual separate accounts, wave to it, because you're never going to see it again. Just say, hey, bye-bye, it's gone. Some executive, some corporate executive in the C-suite at that bank has walked away with his parachute, and you're never going to see it again. That's wild, man.
Well, but the rules are changing now. The rules are changing now, Billy, and that's what we're going to cover, because, so we've been dealing with like this inflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Fed's been raising the rates like more than they ever have in history. All right. And I just got done with a class about an hour ago. I told my students, it's like going 80 miles an hour and hitting the e-brake 3 feet away from the brick wall, because it's moving too fast. And that's what's happening. And, we're going to elaborate on this a little bit here, but now they're changing the rules. They're like, okay, wait, hold on. Because they don't want the contagion to spread, because that's where it gets, all of a sudden now you got 10, 20, 30 banks falling in the matter of a week. Yeah. That's a huge problem for the Fed. So what are they doing now? QE, or quantitative easing. So they're going, wait, time out. We'll cover the depositors. But like you said, it could be 6, 8 months, God knows when. I was in a law practice before. We had like this company called SIGA that would take over anytime an insurance company would collapse. And it was like, if something would go to SIGA, I was like, man, here, take your case back. I don't even want to work on this thing, because it is just too much to deal with the government. It is red tape everywhere. But this is what's happening. And this is why the crypto market mooned today, because they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They're like, wait, do we keep printing and bring inflation down? Or do we keep raising rates, keep printing and let inflation run? Or do we bring the rates down or start injecting more capital, and then inflation goes crazy again? And we're already at a point. Everybody here who's in the chat, tell me that you're still not seeing your stuff go up, that you're still not seeing your groceries go up, that you're still not seeing your restaurants go up. The time you go to the restaurant, all this stuff is still going up. Your rent is still going up. Everything is still going up. And so as long as that keeps happening, this problem is going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's man, I'm sitting here going like, oh my gosh, I hope we can get enough people out of this system before,
Exactly. That's the key. And, that's why we have the program that you had gotten me involved in. When you heard me talking one time about the fact that I wanted to become my own bank, I wanted to create my own sovereignty, become my own bank. And you showed me how I can do that. And not only me, but anyone who's on this live right now, you can copy what I've done. I just dropped a link in the comments. Make sure you click that link and set up a free consultation, because it's so important what we've done here and what I've been able to do, what I've been able to learn just from the very beginning, including moving everything I had onto a ledger, which, to be quite honest with you, I'm not going to lie, I had heard of ledgers before, but I really didn't understand what they were. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But now that I have one, I was like, wow, this whole time I've been completely exposed. You know what I'm saying? And you taught me how to move everything onto a ledger, and then having my money that I want to invest in a managed fund and being able to, participate in some of these liquidity pools and such, there's another way to do business and generate passive income for yourself with security and safety. Right now, I can go, to my safe and I can grab my ledger. I can put my hands on my net worth in that realm, and I can touch it in my hands physically, and I can take it with me anywhere that I want to go, and I can move it anywhere I want in the world instantaneously. I don't have to wait for a bank to open. I don't have to wait for a wire transfer person to approve this wire. You know what I'm saying? I can move money all over the world instantaneously. And what you taught me has been so crucial and so key. Everyone that's on this live right now, you need to be able to learn this, and you need to be able to understand it, and you need to be able to sign up and do it for yourself.
100%. 100%. That's what we're really doing. I equate it to like what Billy and I are doing, are waking people up out of the matrix. Like they're just so like, wait, but a bank, and even people that are in crypto who think they're in crypto, but they're not really in crypto because they're like, no, Coinbase has my money. No, Binance has my money. And I'm going like, no. You don't have your money at all. Right? They're making money off your money, just like the banks were making money on you before. Sometimes they're a little bit more generous, but even when they're more generous, we know by like the collapse of FTX, the collapse of Celsius, the collapse of Voyager, I saved millions of dollars of my students' money by showing them, by giving them the red pill, man, by giving them the red pill. And, when Billy, you and I started working about 5 months ago, when we started working together, I was pumped, man. I was pumped because you really have the megaphone to really wake everybody up. I know like I tell this story often, but when I had cancer, that's when I started paying attention to Billy Carson,
Wow.
and I woke up, I started watching all your stories, all this stuff. And I'm going, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he's tapped into some next level stuff. That's what crypto's about. That's what crypto's about. It's next level finance. It's the new way. It's the way where, Noel and Shamel and Daphne and Cameron can all be included in this system. And you could do what the bank is doing. You literally can do what the bank is doing. And Billy, you know this firsthand because you're now in liquidity pools.
I'm in liquidity pools. I'm doing phenomenal. I started with about 7,000 the first time we actually sent some money into the system, a little bit, actually less than 7,000. The total amount now in there is about 135,000, 134,000. And there's more coming actually this month. In a few more days, actually, I get paid again. So, it's just pretty exciting stuff to see that kind of growth in about 4.5, 5 months. Now, obviously, I have a big voice and I have a big following and I'm reaching out and touching a lot of people, but that really doesn't mean anything. When you get into this, it's all predicated upon your knowledge and understanding and how you apply this system. And we're not talking about going on an app and buying a 1 Bitcoin and sitting there for 10 years to see what happens. We're not talking about getting on an app and buying 1 Ethereum or 10 Ethereum coins and seeing what happens in 10 years. We're talking about a total new way of doing this. We're talking about staking, funding liquidity pools, managed accounts, and we're talking about growing your fund exponentially and utilizing your own investment dollars to become your own bank. See, when you put money in the bank, you deposit that money, you put your paycheck in there, right? The bank says, okay, we're going to put this in your account. When you go to sleep at night, the bank says, they're asleep. Let's take the money out of the account right quick. They're not looking. They take your money out of your bank account and they transfer it in a sweep account. That sweep account, now they send it to an investment brokerage who then invests your money while you're sleeping. Now, when you wake up in the morning, you wake up, you open your app, oh, my money's there without 1 penny more, right? But they've already capitalized and made money on your money while you were sleeping, gave you back the exact same amount that you had in the account when you went to sleep. And you thought the money was sitting there overnight. It never was sitting there overnight. It's been swept out and it's been invested in world markets. Yep. And they've made money on that. You've gotten $0 from that. Yeah. How about putting some of your money into a managed account, staking, liquidity pools, and then letting your money work for you? Now you're the bank that's investing in global markets, and then you're earning a percentage return on that money. And when you wake up in the morning, there's more money in your account than there was the previous day. That's what we're talking about, becoming your own bank, operating and running your investment capital like a bank would. That's what we're talking about. That's why you have to click this link and sign up for a free consultation ASAP so you can learn how to become your own bank.
100%, 100%. Billy, is it cool if I open up my presentation? Because I want to show everybody. I want to go into the meat and potatoes of this stuff. Even if you're a vegan, we're going to go into the rice and cauliflower on this stuff. All right. But let's see here.
You should be able to share.
Yeah. Can you all see that?
There you go.
Awesome. All right. So Billy put this together. Like I said, he text messaged me this morning and said, man, we gotta talk to my people. We got to get the word out because this is happening fast. This is happening fast. And I said, oh man, I got some alpha for everybody tonight because I honestly, guys, gals, I have not been sleeping. I have not been sleeping since all of this stuff started like last week. And that's, some of it has been a little bit of a wild ride, but a lot of it is excitement because this is really starting to happen. All right. This is really starting to happen. So obviously we're in the presence of greatness, man. Billy is, he's next level. Y'all, he needs no introduction, but Billy is, when it comes to mindset, finance, all this stuff, he's on the next level. And that's why we've really teamed up with him because we know that Billy, like I said, he's got this megaphone that we can really, really free all of you, the ones who aren't already part of this, the ones who don't understand this from that financial matrix. It's a big, big, big deal. So let's talk a little bit about my company just for 2 seconds. All right. Just so you know that we also didn't just pop up yesterday. We've been teaching crypto since January of 2018. All right. We started teaching DeFi from the beginning. All right. We started teaching DeFi from the beginning, from when DeFi started. So we've been there since the inception. We've seen, the good, the bad, and the ugliest of crypto when it comes to up, down, sideways markets. All right. And we teach people how to make money in all of those markets, the up, the down, and sideways. But we've also been teaching people how to become their own bank. Like I said, it was even before I met Billy. I heard him saying, I'm going to start my own bank. I said, hell yeah, he is. He's definitely going to start his own bank. Wait till we show him what we got. And when we met, he was like, man, we got to talk. We got to get people learning this stuff because I know that this is the future. And so we linked up. But we want to make sure tonight, if anything, and this is all stuff. This is no Ponzi scheme. This is no multi-level marketing. If you wanted to go learn this stuff on your own tonight, you could. All right. You could. That's the type of information that we're showing people on how to make money. Okay. Now, what's going on in the traditional banking system? All right. This is big, big, big stuff. And if you've got people that are sitting on the sideline right now, invite them to this chat right now because I want them to learn this stuff as well. The more people who learn this, the more we're going to get out from all of these clowns in the government and all these three-letter agencies that are trying to keep us enslaved. So I'm going to share with you a quote. Every single person has heard this, but this is so relevant to where we're at in crypto right now. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. Right now, I'm hoping we're starting to bridge from the then they fight you to the then you win stage. And by the way, this quote is great, but not always do people win. But it's our resolve that in believing in a better way of transferring value, which is crypto, which is DeFi, that I believe we will win. We've got so many people who know this stuff, who really understand like, hey, this is a better way. And especially the people in DeFi, the people that go and buy Dogecoin and Baby Doge and Sheep, That's not crypto. That's not crypto. That's speculating. I'm talking about a new system that we teach our students day in and day out for the last 5 years and 2 months. Okay. We've been teaching them how they become their own bank. Okay. And the more people who know this, the more people know that they're never going back to a bank. They will never go back to that level of slavery again. Okay. So what's going on? We have something called Operation Choke Point 2.0 happening right now. Okay. And I'm going to read to you what all of this is about. And this is something that the Biden administration, and by the way, I don't care if you're Republican or Demopublican, right wing, left wing, same bird, in my opinion. All right. But just so happens right now, the Democrats really, really, really are after crypto. All right. The Biden administration is really, really after crypto. So we had something called Operation Choke Point back in in 2008, 2009, around then. And what was going on was we had all these things like people were buying, guns, porn, gambling online. Okay. And that was kind of the rise of this huge gambling and buying things online. And what happened was the government stepped in and they started choking off all the banking partners with all of these different entities that were associated with with all of these different companies that were, and whether or not you think it's okay to have all these things, I personally don't really partake in a lot of them. Okay. But nonetheless, the government really didn't like it. Okay. And so they started not through legislation, but through enforcement of regulation, and not even through regulation, through enforcement. They were literally making up the laws as they went along. What ended up happening was they started discouraging the banks from participating with all of these companies. And, the banks are at the mercy of the government. And so little by little, they started severing the relationship with all of these different companies. Now, here's the thing. Cumulatively, all of these companies were not even close to $500 billion. They probably weren't even $250 billion cumulatively. Okay, what the type of business that they were doing. So they were able to take them out pretty easily and pretty successfully. Now we've got Operation Choke Point 2.0, where this rat, okay, is literally doing his best. This is scary Gary Gensler. And I don't mean he's scary like he scares people, but he's just scary looking, all right? Because he believes that the government should control every aspect of your life, okay? And that you're too stupid to make your own decisions in your investment. I think the opposite of Gary Gensler. I think that we are all empowered. And sometimes we fall down. Like, don't get me wrong, guys and gals. You think if you think that I haven't struck out on a crypto investment, you're highly, highly going to be disappointed, because I have. But I learned from my experiences. Okay? I learned from my experiences. And I really don't believe that the government should be telling me how I should and should not be spending my money. Okay? But these regulators are now attacking crypto. All right? They are severely attacking him, Elizabeth Warren, John Kennedy, Roger Marshall. These guys all want to keep control. And how are they doing that? Well, they have been urging banks that crypto is much too risky and that they better read the writing on the wall, or else they need to be moving on from crypto, or else. Okay? And up until last week, these fear tactics were working. And I'm not saying that it's over yet, because these guys also have resolve. Their claws are so grabbed into us that they're not going to let go so easily. This isn't a baby claw. This is like an old devil claw. All right. But here's what they've been doing. And I'm going to read this stuff. All right. Give me a little bit, because I want you to see how serious this war is on crypto. On December 6th, Senator Elizabeth Warren, John Kennedy, and Roger Marshall send a letter to crypto-friendly bank Silvergate, scolding them for providing services to FTX and Alameda Research. Funny. Scolding them for providing services to FTX and Alameda when JP Morgan Chase was providing bank accounts to Jeffrey Epstein and all of his cronies. But they're scolding, just because a business went under. But they're like, oh, yeah, cool. All right. No worries, JP Morgan Chase. You can house, kiddie porn people's things there, right? On December 7th, Signature, among one of the most active banks serving crypto clients, announces its intent to have deposits ascribed to crypto clients. In other words, they'll give customers back their money, then shut down their accounts, drawing its crypto deposits down from 23 billion at peak to 10 billion, and to exit its stablecoin business. On January 3rd, the Fed, the FDIC, and the OCC released a joint statement. OCC is the one who controls the banks, by the way. Release a joint statement on the risk to banks engaging with cryptos, not explicitly banning banks. Listen to that. Not explicitly banning banks' ability to hold crypto or deal with crypto clients, but strongly discouraging them from doing so on a safety and soundness basis. On January 9th, Metropolitan Commercial Bank, one of the few banks that serves crypto clients, announces a total shutdown of crypto asset-related vertical. On January 9th, Silvergate stock falls to a low of 11.55% on bank run and insolvency fears, having traded as high as $160 in March of 2022. On January 21st, Binance announces that due to policy at Signature Bank, they will only process user fiat transactions worth more than $100,000. Excuse me. On January 27th, the Federal Reserve denies crypto bank Custodia a 2-year application. So these guys waited 2 years to become a chartered bank, a member of the Federal Reserve System, citing safety and soundness risk. On January 27th, the Kansas City Fed branch denies Custodia's application for a master account, which would have given it the ability to use wholesale payment services and hold reserves with the Fed directly. So instead of having it in Silvergate or Silicon Valley Bank or Signature, okay, they would have been able to hold their reserves directly with the Fed. What they want, right? But they're like, no, only for me, not for thee, right? That's what these guys want. They know this is the people's money. On January 27th, the Fed also issues a policy statement which discourages banks from holding crypto assets or issuing stablecoins and broadens their authority to cover non-FDIC insured state-chartered banks. On January 27th, the National Economic Council releases a policy statement not explicitly banning banks from serving crypto clients, but again, strongly discouraging banks from transacting with crypto assets directly or maintaining exposures to crypto depositors. Crazy. Like literally telling banks, nobody's doing anything illegal. Nobody's drug running here. Nobody's has kiddie porn here. Nobody's tax evading, but they're still cutting people who have crypto exposure off. On February 2nd, the DOJ's fraud unit announces an investigation into Silvergate over their dealings with FTX and Alameda. Really? On February 6th, Binance suspends USD bank transfers for retail clients. Binance.US was not affected. On February 7th, the January 27th Fed statement is entered into the Federal Register. No, that's not that important. As of February 8th, Protejo and Paxos applications to follow Anchorage and obtain full approval to become a national trust banks are still outstanding past the 18-month deadline. and appear likely to be eminently denied by the OCC, which again regulates the banks. February 9th, Kraken settles with SEC to discontinue unregistered securities and sale of crypto assets staking as a service program and pays $30 million to these rat SEC people on charges. February 13th, Paxo receives Wells notice from SEC and the NYDFS orders issuer to stop minting BUSD, which they were doing nothing wrong. BUSD is a stable coin. March 10th, New York AG files a lawsuit against KuCoin and alleges Ethereum is a security. So here's what happens. And then something broke outside of crypto. And I'm not going to lie. This scared the living crap out of me on Friday. All right. I barely slept a wink of an eye. What happened? So Silvergate and Signature Bank were both heavy into crypto. But here's the funny part. Silvergate actually didn't have government intervention prior to shutting down. They had a bank run, but they weren't so over leveraged. In fact, all of the depositors are getting their money back from Silvergate based off of Silvergate's assets. Now, Silicon Valley Bank is a whole other story. Silicon Valley Bank made some investments into the United States government. And I'm about to show you how that happened. And Silicon Valley, the majority of their business was not with crypto. It was with tech company startups in the Bay Area and all over the world, all over the country and world. Okay. They were well known for bringing these businesses under their roof. It wasn't crypto. It was something else. It was tech. So let's talk about how we got here. What is fractional reserve banking? I know a lot of you know what this is, but let's talk about this, okay? So we have, let's say this guy right here. Let's call him John or whatever. Let me grab my pen so I can mark this up. Billy, were you going to say something?
No, I just said you're right on point, man. Listen, you're hitting this on the head. You're hitting the nail directly on the head. This is what the people need to hear, because this perspective is totally different than what they're thinking and what the propaganda media puts out on TV.
100%. 100%. You guys know you're going to get the clean info from Billy and me. All right, so check this out. So we got John, right? John deposits his money into the bank, okay? And then guess what? The bank loans that money or invest it. They can loan it or invest it, but we're going to use for this situation, loans this money to other people, okay? Now, the bank can loan up to 90%. A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, wait a second, hold on. Let's do the math. They're loaning 90% of my money. So how is it that I'm able to spend my money? Well, this is called fractional reserve banking. That's why when they tell you, oh, hey, if you keep $20,000, a minimum of $20,000 in your bank account, we'll waive our stupid $5, $10 fee.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what? Keep your damn fee, right? Keep your fee. So what happens is they take 10% of it and they keep it in cash. So they keep that 10% right here. You all with me? All right. So they keep 10% in the bank. They loan the rest out. That's how banks make money. So they're going to charge, I don't know, Martha here. All right. They're going to charge Martha here right now, probably 7, 8, 9, 10% in the form of a home loan, a car loan, a credit card, in which case if it's credit card, it's probably 14, 15, 7, 20%, depending on what state you're in and how bad your credit is, right? So that's how they make money. So that money is constantly moving and washing and moving and washing. Now let's get to the juicy stuff. I need everybody to pay attention. If you want to take a screenshot, if you want to write this down, take out a pen and paper and pen, and I need for you to write this down. because this is where we get into a lot of deep, you know what. What is a short-term T-bill? A Treasury bill, aka not forbidden knowledge. This is like stupid knowledge, okay? AKA T-bill is a short-term U.S. government debt obligation backed by the Treasury Department with a maturity of 1 year or less. Treasury bills are usually sold in denominations of 1,000. However, some can reach a maximum denomination of 5 million to non-competitive bids. Okay, so this is a short-term maturity of 1 year or less. Now, what is a long-term? A long-term Treasury bond or T-bill are U.S. government bonds that have maturities longer than 10 years. When you purchase a long-term Treasury bond, you're basically agreeing to loan money to the federal government for agreed upon period of time until the bond reaches maturity. Now, a lot of people think that the government has a lot of their money from like China, that they loan out to China, all this stuff. It's not China. It's our own banks.
Yeah.
It's our own banks.
Right.
You know? Okay, now here's where you really need to pay attention. Let's look at the 1 year T-bill and the 10-year T-bill back in mid-2020. Okay, so what happens in mid-2020? I'm sure, I can't see the chat right now, but I'm sure everybody's going crazy. Coronavirus, lockdowns, right? Stimulus. I already see it in my brain, right? So let's take a look at this. Okay, let's take a look at this. We come down here to 2020, okay? And basically, the Fed brings the rate down damn near zero. Okay, now this is all the way up to March 31st, 2021, but you can see here, we're in low territory. Okay, sorry, over here, not over here. This is 2010. Low territory. Okay. The 1 year is paying 0.05%. This is where banks put their money to make yield. And by the way, if you think that this isn't a lot of money, okay, imagine being able to bring in people's hard-earned money that they earned, and you take this interest rate, or you take all that money, you invest it with the government, billions, some banks trillions of dollars, and then guess what? You don't need to pay anything back to any of those people, and it's secured by the full faith of the United States government. That money starts to pile up real quick, and that banking starts to become real profitable real quick. Now, here's the thing. Bankers were like, man, screw that. I don't want 0.05%. I'd rather give my money away for a little bit longer and get over 10 times the amount of money that I could get here for 0.73%. But this is the 10-year. So what does that mean? I'm locking up my money for 10 years. Now, can I sell this bond at any point in time? This T-bill? Yeah, I can. Where this one, I'm only locking it up for 1 year, but I'm getting way less because there's less risk that if interest rates go up, I may end up stream without a paddle. And this is where it starts to get messed up. And Billy, I don't know if you know this. I wish I could see your face, because I want when I saw this, I started text messaging everybody, and I'm going, guys, it's worse than we think.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets worse. Here's where it gets worse. And Billy's going to be talking about this for days, I think, if not months.
Oh, this is like we're hitting the precipice now. We're there. We're on the rock face.
we're on the rock face.
Oh man.
Oh man, I kind of want to cry, but I don't
Vitamin shoes
know.
out.
So check this out. When you lock your money up, okay, you do have the option to sell it. So let's go back here, back to like, I don't know, when rates were 2%, 2.5%. All right. Well, if the rate goes down, I'm able to take this T-bill on the open market and sell it at a premium. Why? Because right now, T-bills are only paying me 0.73%. And if I have this one that's paying me 2.5%, it's worth a hell of a lot more, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me being like patient, I took a good gamble and I won on this. However, and let's say I have $1 million here, okay? I have $1 million T-bill. Well, now if I sell it, I can sell this for like 1.5 million or 1.2 million or whatever it is. I don't have the exact number, but I'm going to show you the reverse of the exact number of the reverse right now because I just pulled it up before this. Now you have this, and these banks go, woohoo, stimulus money coming in as deposits. You all got that stimulus money. And if you own a business and you had employees, you got even more stimulus money. And guess where that stimulus money went? Into the bank.
Yep.
And guess what the bank did? We don't want to put it in for these pittance. We want 10x the amount of money. And so let's put it in for 10 years. That's a great idea, right? At the time it was.
Yeah.
But then what happened? Billy, you know what happened? They started lifting the interest rates. And
there you go. Whoop. Started going up.
Starts going up, right? Man, I'm getting the chills talking about this because, like,
I know.
Every time I see this, it gets even worse and worse.
Yeah.
Now our interest rates are damn near 5%. Okay, damn near 5%. Certainly on the 1 year. Okay, on the 10 year, it's a little bit less. But guess what? As the interest rates go up, am I going to sell my bond or my T-bill that I bought down here for a premium or for what is called a discount? I'm going to sell it for a discount if it goes up and I'm in a bind and I need cash. Well, here's what happened. Here's where it gets real scary. So let's go back to that fractional reserve banking. I have a student who I love. Her name's Lisa C. She's like my Mother Teresa. All right. Except she's actually really good. Just kidding. If there's any Catholics here, don't get mad. All right. So Lisa C. Lisa C deposits into the bank $1 million. Okay. She then puts, or the bank then puts 900,000 of her dollars into a 10-year T-bill. The bank keeps $100,000 because they're like, okay, 10% in case we have a bank run is a good idea, right, guys? Yeah, okay, good idea. All right, cool. Let's just keep 10% because, chances are we've got our money in, we're not investing it in that crypto junk that goes up and down way too fast, and we're not investing in the stock market. We're investing in the United States government, right? The safest place we could have our money. Yeah.
So they thought.
Yeah. So now the interest rate changes to 3.74% from 0.7%. And the bank goes, holy crap. We put all that money, 40% of the entire money supply that was printed during COVID. These guys put a large portion of it right here in the 10-year. Well, guess what? The bank still owes Lisa $1 million, $1 million, right? Lisa comes knocking on the door one day and says, guys, I don't know. I heard some really bad stuff. I heard some rumors that you guys might not be insolvent and there may be a bank run. So I'd like my money back. But the bank goes, we only have $100,000. But don't worry. We can sell our T-bills. We can sell our T-bills. And Lisa goes, hey, give me my effing money, man. Right? Now starts demanding it. Well, what do they have to do? So look at this. Here's the current T-bill calculator. Face value, $900,000 over 510 weeks at a 3.74 yield. Check this out. That T-bill of $900,000 is now worth $566,000 if the bank wants to liquidate it. So how much did the bank lose? Well, they've got $566,000 in from the T-bill that they sold, plus Lisa's $100,000. That's $666,000 that they've got. That means they are underwater $333,000. And guess what? Times that by trillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Billy.
Almost incalculable.
It's uncalculable.
Yeah.
There is not a calculator that can solve for X in this situation, guys and gals. What do you think, Billy? Before I go, what do you think? Tell me, talk to me.
Listen, this is a snowball rolling down a hill, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And by the time it gets to the bottom of that hill, it's going to be ready to make a lot of destruction. And I think there's a few other banks that are probably right behind this. I think Wells Fargo is one of the banks in the line of being set up like this and being ready to collapse as well. These banks, man. You have to think about this. The people that run these banks, they've gone to the best schools, right? To be a CEO and COO of a bank, you've gone to the best schools. You've had the best business education. And to run the government, you've got the best education money can buy to get these positions in most government positions. And you're running a corporation. The United States is a corporation. And these banks are also corporations, but yet you look and you see that they're running both the government and these banks. They're being run into the ground. And you have to question and say, these people are supposed to be highly intelligent, highly educated. How can they continue to make these kind of idiotic, dumb decisions over and over again? Could it be on purpose? Is this by accident on purpose? Because if I ran my business like this, I would have been gone a long time. My company would have collapsed a long time ago.
Yep.
And so you have to begin to say, man, this almost is like something that's being done on purpose. I can't understand how these kind of decisions can be made by accident on a consistent basis. It's mind-boggling.
Honestly, Billy, I think you're giving them too much credit. I think what it is. Yeah, I think you're giving them too much credit. I think
trying to be optimistic, man, but this doesn't look too good.
No, it doesn't. But here's the problem. It's human greed.
Yeah.
That's what it is. In a debt-based system. And see, here's the thing. They've been doing this for millennia. And
True.
Probably even before that. You and I need to do a forbidden knowledge of the real ancient history of financing. I'm really curious to get your take on that. We got to do that soon.
Absolutely. But
man, I think it's inherent human greed, guys and gals. And what's that saying? The roosters come home to roost or something. The crows come home to roost. The perfect storm is brewing.
Yeah.
The perfect storm is brewing in the financial system. Okay. And here's the equation. All right. Here's the equation. Inflation. Now here's where it gets crazy. And I want you to comment on this too, Billy, because I'm sure everybody wants your take on this. Inflation plus banking failure equals the perfect storm. You see, in 2008, they still had a bullet left in the gun. They said, okay, shoot, the banking system is about to collapse. Interest rates are at, whatever, 6, 7, 8%. And our government debt was relatively low. It wasn't to today's levels, but our debt to GDP, I forget what it was, but it was like maybe 18, 25%. Now our debt to GDP is over like 150, maybe even coming to 200%. I haven't seen it in a few years, but last time I saw it, it was about 150%. Okay. That's a huge thing. But here's the other thing. They don't have the bullet in the gun to lower interest rates. Right. Because if they do, and Billy, you start making a ton of money in the stock market, you start making a ton of money in gold, you start making a ton of money on real estate investments, are you going to stop spending money?
No.
Hell no. None of you are.
Right. Not going to happen.
Everybody's going to do that. And guess what? As the tide goes up, all boats rise.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
This is the perfect storm. So if they let interest rates go down, or they do any sort of quantitative easing, that's it. It's done. And they're running out of options here. So what happens if the Fed keeps raising rates and causes a massive banking failure? Because if they keep raising the rates, guess what? More and more banks are going to collapse, because you think that there was only 10 that put money into the 10-year T-bill?
Oh, boy.
No. Or bonds.
Snowball rolling down the hill.
Snowball. I should have put that. Next time I'm going to do that.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
So then, now let's say what happens if the Fed stimulates the banks by injecting money back into the system? Does the snowball stop, Billy?
I don't think so. It can't stop at this point.
It cannot stop. This is why Satoshi invented Bitcoin. Okay? And this is exactly what's going on. And despite the attack on crypto over the last 4 months by regulators, here's what happened today to Bitcoin. It was a big middle finger to the institutions.
That's right.
And the people stood up. The people stood up. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that meme where there's like a whole bunch of people and they're like kneeled down and they look all weak, and all these like fat cats are playing Monopoly on their backs.
Yeah.
Today, the people stood up.
They stood up. Big time.
Big time. Billy, have you ever seen Bitcoin go up by 19% in one? I mean, like recently, man. Yeah,
not recently. No, this is a huge jump. I mean, I got the notification on my phone and my eyes are boop. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow. I said, I have to get a hold of the van. We got to talk tonight. We have to get the people educated, because, man, there's a shift. There's a paradigm shift, and we're right in the middle of it.
Yeah. We are right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And, there's things, and I'm not going to talk about this tonight, but there's things called CBDCs, country-backed cryptocurrencies. All right. Let me tell you all something. Cryptocurrencies are programmable money. Okay. But unlike a CBDC, Bitcoin has its set 21 million. That's all that will ever be. 21 million. Ethereum is deflationary. Ethereum's way more complex, but we know that a certain amount of usage of Ethereum burns so much Ethereum, even though it's printing some, but we know it's deflationary because more transactions are happening on the Ethereum network than we're printing.
Yeah.
And it's all done by verifiable, transparent, blockchain, smart contract transactions. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in a little bit. But today we took our power back. And instead of people buying 10-year T-bills to the biggest shit coin of all time, the United States dollar, which is down 99% since its inception back in the early 1900s, people started buying Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yep.
Big deal. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here are some of those banks that you were talking about, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And these ones, so check this out. Signature Bank was one that they took over today.
Yeah.
Okay. For fear of a bank run. Okay. And this was the crypto one. But look at all these.
Yeah.
There's some duplicates between these two. Look at all these. And some of them were even bigger than SVB Financial. Look at these. Columbia, Ally. Yeah, there's a heap of trouble. And like Billy's saying, like, man, I'll bet you $100 Wells Fargo is sweating bullets.
Oh, they're sweating bullets right now. I guarantee it.
They've
already stolen money from people's accounts in the last few weeks.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Check it out. Wow. Look it up on Google. Wells Fargo's people's monies have been disappearing from their bank accounts. Crazy. Wow. Crazy stuff going on.
Wow. Well, imagine Wells Fargo, one of the top three. There's Wells Fargo, there's JP Morgan Chase, there's B of A. And Wells Fargo goes down. So the largest bank failure was not Bear Stearns, okay? Or what was the other one? Lehman Brothers. Mm-hmm. It was Washington Mutual. The second largest was Silicon Valley Bank. Imagine if Wells Fargo goes down.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, and this is what we were faced up against. We have something called Saturday School. All right. And, you know, I actually did Saturday School an hour late because I was putting together all this information for my students. And I go, you guys, I don't know about you because I don't want to give financial advice. I want to give you financial power.
Right.
And I told them, listen, this is where we take our financial power back. I said, listen, we're in a rock and a hard place because come Monday, the crypto market could collapse. But come Monday, so could the banking system.
Right.
And come Monday, so could stable coins. We're going to talk about stable coins here in a little bit. And I said, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin and I'm going to buy more Ethereum. And guess what? It paid off in spades today.
Big time.
Right?
Man, what a day.
Yeah, what a day. I don't know if you looked in the managed vault, but we were up like 14% today.
I saw it, man. I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm making money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And guess what? And it feels even better because now this isn't some nerd's game that's playing with internet money beans.
Right.
This is getting real. And people are going to have to start paying attention. All right?
Yeah.
People are going to start having to pay attention because the new system is already here. And again, guys, I'm not part of Amway. I'm not part of, one of these MLMs. Neither is Billy.
No.
Like, we're doing this because this is the way that Wall Street makes money, except it's inclusive and works with gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just print and print and print and print.
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
So the question I want all of you to be answering, and type it in the chat, and even though I can't see it, I already feel it. I feel your power. I feel the force in all of you. The question you need to be asking yourself is, who do you trust? And honest to God, ask yourself right now, guys and gals, because this is unprecedented times. Do you trust the banks and government, or do you trust you? Do you trust your neighbor? I don't know. I know who I trust. I don't trust these guys for 1 second. And by the way, I was one of the top Democrat fundraisers in California. So don't think that I wasn't in politics. They are dirtier than pigs in mud. They will sell themselves out to get whatever level of power all day long. And, it doesn't matter who it is. I used to despise Republicans. Now I only like the ones that are crypto friendly. That's it.
Check this out. I'm going to put this on the screen real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
It just says Wells Fargo, customers reporting missing deposits Friday morning. It was huge. It was it went viral on Twitter and everything else. Money missing. I took it back down. By the way, everybody can see your face too, Gavin. But yeah, everybody was panicking. I contacted my daughter, who I believe has a couple of Wells Fargo accounts, and said, "Listen to me. You have accounts at other banks. You should probably put a couple dollars over there."
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. It's not no bueno. All right. So here's where the education comes in. All right. Like I see some of you, it's time to put money under my mattress. Are you kidding me?
No,
all right?
Don't do that.
Are you kidding me? That shit is going to get inflated away. Excuse my French, but it's going to get inflated away. But there is a way to put your money under your mattress still. There is a way. Where's my wallet? Oh, here we go. There's a way to put this under your mattress.
There you go.
All right. This is a hard wallet.
That's what I have.
Said, right. So let's pay attention, because this is where you learn how to really take your power back. All right. Putting cash under your mattress. Are you for real? They're not even going to accept it here in a little bit. All right. So let's start with the basics. What is a cryptocurrency? Okay. The cryptocurrency is a way to transfer value without the need of a bank, central bank, or institution using blockchain technology. Now, let me tell you this. I've read this slide hundreds of times. And today is the most bittersweet time that I've ever read this. This is usually the most boring slide on my deck. But today, this slide paid off in spades, because we have the ability, and I've been showing people the ability for 5 years and some months, how to run on the rails on the bank of Billy and the bank of James and the bank of Matt and the bank of Lisa. Okay. And this slide, man, this is bittersweet. Now, what's a crypto wallet? You have a soft wallet. And by the way, some of you already know what this is. Bear with me, because we're going to get into some really, really deep stuff here. All right. And you're not going to want to miss out, because I'm going to show you how now you can actually really take advantage. Now, here's the thing. There's going to be, for a short period of time, hopefully, and when I say a short period of time, probably 5 to 10 years, the haves and the haves not, based off of what they know. Okay? Based off of what they know. This is your opportunity to learn that valuable information. So pay attention till the end, because we got something really good. We got something really, really good. I'm closing this with some good stuff. So soft wallet is a wallet that resides on your computer or your phone. So a lot of you may already know like what a MetaMask is, right? This is a big wallet that mostly everybody uses when they're in crypto. The thing is if you have just a MetaMask, if a hacker gets into your computer, well, they can start transferring crypto whenever they want. So you need that next level of security, right? And this is what Billy was talking about. All right. So a hard wallet is a wallet that interacts with a user interface on your computer or phone that requires you to accept every crypto transaction physically from a hardware wallet. And by the way, for those of you that are buying gold, I see some of you in that chat saying, I'm buying gold. There is a cryptocurrency called PAXG. that is audited, not by JP Morgan Chase, because they actually have more paper gold than gold. All right. It's actually audited, and you can go and you can withdraw your gold by giving them your cryptocurrency, your PAX G. So if you're interested in buying PAX G, and I don't make any commission off it, you can do that, and you can hold this under your mattress. And let's be real about ourselves, okay? Now, gold has a lot of uses, all right? Like with the Ark of the Covenant, they would use gold to shield them from the radiation, right? They would use gold to heal, right? Billy's got colloidal gold, all right? I see that, but the majority of people hold gold just to hold gold, all right? Mm-hmm. And if the end of the world comes out, none of this money is going to be worth anything, all right? No gold, no nothing. You're probably going to want a gun, your house, food, and water. That's what you're going to want. That's the real currency, right? So it's all arbitrary. But let's say you want to hold gold because you think, people are going to rush into gold, buy PAX G. And I'm going to show you how you can become your own bank and earn fees on PAX G in a non-Ponzi scheme type of way in your own custody while under your mattress while you sleep there comfortably at night. All right? So what is the blockchain? A lot of people are like, what's the blockchain? I don't know what it is. Here's the simplest way I can explain it. The blockchain is like a safety deposit box on the internet. And the key to your safety deposit box is your wallet. So all of your contracts, all of your cryptocurrencies are in this safety deposit box. And each of us have our own address. So like this one could be Billy's. This one's mine. This one's Matt's. This one's Tara's. This one's Casey's. All right? Everybody's got their own. And unless you have this key, you ain't getting in.
That's right.
Sorry, government. Sorry, Gary Gensler. All right? You're going to have to chase something else, right? You have to chase something else. Now, what is decentralized finance? Decentralized finance, or DeFi, eliminates fees that banks and other financial companies charge for using their services. Individuals hold money in a secure digital wallet, can transfer funds in minutes, and anyone with an internet connection can use DeFi. So imagine the billions of people who are unbanked now are able to do that. Now are able to do this. And now DeFi allows people to do peer-to-peer. Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. My mouse has been a little fidgety today. Peer-to-peer lending and trading. Look at this. Peer-to-peer lending and trading. And this is what Billy is doing, okay? Billy is doing peer-to-peer trading. He is providing liquidity, and I'm going to show you how this works. He literally not only became his own bank, he became the institution. And I'm going to show you how that is. Yeah. So he can trade without the need of greedy banks and institutions and greedy governments. Meaning, we, the people, make the fees that the banks do now. Why is crypto better than the existing banking system? Again, self-custody. All right? Self-custody. No third-party intermediaries to charge fees. You make the money that the banks do and institutions do. And I don't know, Billy, have you ever read Creature from Jekyll Island?
Yes. Yeah, good book.
Good book.
I have it right upstairs in my office.
Yeah, y'all need to read. It's a long read, but it shows you who these guys with red eyes are.
The super oligarchs.
Super. Man, they'll make the Russian oligarchs look like pipsqueaks.
Oh, they're nothing. They're like amateurs compared to these guys.
They're amateurs. All right? Don't let the Russians scare you. Let the United States ones scare you. All right? So why is crypto better than the existing banking system? Well, the freedom truckers that peacefully protested and had the right to, allegedly, park their cars right outside the government. They didn't storm the Capitol. They didn't have, what's that guy's name? The guy that with the horns in the United States Capitol. The Anon shaman. Okay.
I forgot. Yeah, the guy who I think he was reading a tweet or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have Anon shaman. They just had people peacefully protesting outside of their government. And this guy, Justin Trudeau, and possibly Fidel Castro's son, I don't know, they look pretty alike, all right? This guy ends up telling them that they are committing terrorist acts. And for that reason, they're going to cut off their bank accounts until they leave. So they choked them out financially. You know, the ones who didn't get choked out? The ones who received Bitcoin.
Yep.
The ones who received Bitcoin. They could not stop it. They could not stop it. Russia. Speaking of Russia, why is crypto better than the existing banking system? Russia, where my beautiful lady is from, all right? She gave me my beautiful daughter. They had bank runs, and they were only allowing them to withdraw $30 at a time, or the equivalent of $30 at a time. And they couldn't wire transfer their money anywhere. Okay? They couldn't wire transfer their money anywhere. Now, eventually they released it when they found out everybody wasn't going anywhere. But here's the problem. Here's another thing that Russia started doing. They started accepting Bitcoin because they're like, screw the United States dollar. This is censorship resistant.
Yep.
And they have some of the largest mining outfits in the world for mining Bitcoin. All right. And I'm not for Russia. I'm not against Russia. Even though my lady is from Russia, the governments are just dumb, and they're not fighting over independence. They're fighting over resources like nickel, right? But here's another reason. If you want to see the opposite side of the Bitcoin, why is crypto better than the existing banking system? 12.7% of Ukrainians owned cryptocurrencies when the war started. And when they went into other countries in Eastern Europe, Poland, Georgia, all these places, guess what? The ones that had their money in the financial system totally wrecked. The ones who had money in crypto came out, plugged their wallet in, started spending their money just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why is crypto better than the existing banking system? Well, for the same reasons we talked about earlier. Inflation, money printing. Now, I added this particular one tonight. This right here. I added this tonight. Banking collapse.
Yes.
It's happening. It's happening. And check this out. Again, y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to pay attention, because some of you are like, oh yeah, I'm in crypto. I've got money in Coinbase. I've got money in Binance. No, you don't. Says who?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't have money in any of those. All right? Look at this. Because why? When it's centralized, when any sort of value is centralized, you're really asking for it. Customers of bankrupt FTX may never get their crypto back. Bankrupt crypto lender Celsius could leave customers last in line to get paid. Voyager, which I saved just one of my students, 2.1 million. She had 2.1 million or 2.3 million. I can't remember how much it was, but in Voyager, I said, let's get that off first, and then we'll deal with the other stuff. We got her money off. She was making 5%. She's like, yeah, but Gavin, I'm making like 5%. I'm like, yeah. No. Don't worry about that. I'm going to show you what we're making. And I'm going to show you all what we're making tonight. I go, that's chump change. That's still peanuts. 4 weeks later, Voyager closes. She told her friend who had $80,000, which to her really wasn't that much, but to him it was all the world. No, sorry, 800,000. And she called him. She goes, please get your money off. Please talk to these guys at ARK. And guess what? He didn't get it off. $800,000 evaporated just like that. So let me tell you this. If you have crypto in any of the following exchanges that I'm about to tell you, one, you're not in crypto, and two, you're at a potential of losing all of your crypto plus all of the potential income of making that you would make in that crypto. So if you're in Coinbase, Binance, if you have your money in crypto.com, Binance.us, KuCoin, Bittrex, Nexo, or hundreds of other centralized exchanges, you're about to have your money stolen eventually. And it could, maybe let's say Coinbase and Binance are still here in 10 years, but you're about to see how much money you're missing out. Now, look, I'm still using these cryptos or these exchanges, but just to bring money in to get it back over to my wallet, or I'll bring it in if I need to pay something. I've found a lot of things where I can use my crypto to pay it, but if I need to use my crypto, I transfer it into crypto.com, just the amount that I need, and I spend it using my Visa card that's linked to my crypto. So there's all sorts of ways around this. So why is DeFi so much better, and why will it change the world? Well, everything from the stock market to real estate to commodities to art to music to gaming will be on the blockchain within the next 10 years. And if you don't believe me, look at this. Even JP Morgan Chase on its crypto plans, I personally think JP Morgan Chase probably still will be around, and especially if they're going DeFi, and they are going DeFi, everybody. They are going DeFi. Excuse me. They're planning on bringing trillions of dollars to DeFi. How? Real estate. Billy, we got to do one on real estate. We got to do one on real estate too.
It's too big. It's too huge.
It's too big.
Yeah.
It's too huge. But I'm telling you all right now, so I found what I think is going to be the next massive, massive growth in any economy anywhere in the world, and it's real estate on the blockchain, and you're going to be able to trade it 24 hours like a stock, or like a crypto, because it is going to be a crypto, and I already am doing it right now. So Billy, we got to do that one. We got to bring that alpha to everybody. We got to bring everybody.
We will. We'll definitely set one of those up, because people need to hear this. People need to understand that this information that we're sharing is revolutionary. It's part of the paradigm shift. And when you're not ready to let your paradigm evolve, you're not ready to evolve with the paradigm, I should say, you're going to be left behind. While everyone who is ready and prepared is getting on the expressway, on the on-ramp, you'll be stuck in the backed up traffic trying to figure out how can you get on this highway. And by that time, it might be too late.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And let's say it's even not too late. Well, you still could have gotten on a lot earlier with some pros like Billy and I.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, like somebody said, Billy's a student. And I said, you're correct in the chat. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so you have to first become the student, and then you become the teacher. You're both the student and the teacher, because this is a continual learning process. There's so much information to learn, and so much research, and so much new things coming out on a daily basis. You'll find that you're always going to be the student and the teacher.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like I think I said this in our first thing. I said, Billy's like my teacher for all the ancient civilization stuff. And I'll tell, dude, you are. For some of the health stuff, like Dr. Be Serious, he's my teacher in the health stuff. I love listening to Dr. Be Serious. You know what I mean? I'm the teacher for the crypto stuff. That's just what, that's what Chi, whatever brought me here. The universe brought me here to do, is just to teach this stuff, because I love it. But then I need teachers for my other stuff. I need teachers for my other stuff, man.
True. This is your passion, man. And that's why I'm so glad you're on my platform talking to the people out there, because your passion, and when I met you in person several times, your passion comes through. Like, you're truly passionate about this. And that's why you spend the countless hours doing a lot of the research that other people, like even myself, can't dedicate to these topics. Although I do have quite a vast understanding, more than the average person, there's still more stuff that you are able to get access to and know, because it's your passion project. And you are really literally changing lives through this program and your company that you started. And I've seen this with my own eyes now, not only with my own, account that has grown significantly in the past few months, but also with the other people that have come on board, and you've educated them and taught them alternative ways and alternative places to put their money where they can create a passive income. And that's why it's so important for all of you who are listening tonight. get a free consultation. I'm going to drop the link in the chat again. If you're on Forbidden Knowledge TV watching this, the link is in the caption underneath this video already on Forbidden Knowledge TV. So if you're on 4BK.TV, the link is already in the caption of the video. If you're live in the chat here on this YouTube video, the link is in the comments. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, the link should be up there as well. And of course, if you're listening to this audio podcast anywhere, the link will be in the description. But you need to get a free consultation. You have to find out more. At least find out more. Find out what you can do, because I guarantee you this: if you put $10,000 in the savings account today, and you go back to that savings account in December, there's only going to be $10,000 in there. I guarantee you that. Maybe it could be less if you have some fees.
Well, and inflation.
Well, and don't forget, thank you so much. You know, I always forget the inflation aspect because I always have the abundance mentality. So I don't feel inflation like the average person because the way my mind works. But inflation is a real thing, and especially for a person that's got a set level income. And so all of a sudden, that money becomes almost worthless over time. You know, it's like you said, putting it in a shoebox or putting it underneath your mattress. Yep. But when you figure out what we're talking about tonight and you're listening to us and you go ahead and take a few action steps to find out what you can do with an extra $500, an extra $1,000, an extra $2,000 or more, where you can put it and what you can do with it, you'll find that, wow, there's other ways to generate passive income than just trying to work overtime at your current job.
Yeah. Or Uber or Lyft.
Yeah. Hop on Uber Eats and things like that. There's other ways you can make money.
Yep. 100%. 100%. So hold in there, guys, because we're going to show you how we're doing it. All right. We're going to show you how we're doing it. We're going to give you away a lot of alpha. All right. But check this out. Goldman, regulators should protect crypto investors at the point of trust, not the blockchain. So we have some of the biggest institutions in the world, Goldman Sachs, seeing the writing on the wall. And this is the real estate one. So check this out. I can actually buy tokens of this real estate and this real estate and this I can buy it $48 per token. And guess what? They're going to pay me in cryptocurrencies that's tied to the United States dollar at 10.03% per year. I don't need to go out and deal with the renter and all this stuff. I buy a cryptocurrency and as many of them as I want. And guess what? Right here, I can borrow and lend on the blockchain by having just this wallet on the blockchain and then go reinvest in the next one and the next one and compound my money. But you have to know how to do it. And this is the one that we're going to talk about, Billy. This is the one we're going to talk about. This is why you don't want to miss out on this technology before everybody gets in. Mm-hmm. Before everybody gets in, because if people get in way before you and you're the last one, it's not a good thing, like Billy was saying. Yeah. So today I'm going to show you how me and my students are earning ridiculous amounts of money and are infinitely, I want you to remember this word here, infinitely printing crypto and dollars. I'm also going to show you how everything is going onto the blockchain and how you can profit from it starting today. All right. So how do we print money? It's no different than the institutions and banks. This is another thing we got to talk about, Billy. We got to talk about. So Billy wants to get onto the NASDAQ, but I think there's actually something better. I think there's something better called a securities token, but we're going to talk about that later because we could actually make this happen. We can make this happen. But let's talk. Let's say Billy wants to go onto the NASDAQ. All right. Let's say Billy gets onto the NASDAQ. So when Billy does that, and let's say Billy's stock is selling for $100, okay, and let's say he's got whatever, 1 million shares of Forbidden Knowledge stock. All right. I think that's $1 billion, right? We would need $1 billion over here in cash in order to make this a liquid transaction. In order to make this a liquid transaction. All right. And so what happens is every single time a trade is made, let's say we got John and he comes, he's got cash. and he wants to buy Forbidden Knowledge TV, he's got to come to the NASDAQ, which is called a centralized exchange. And he's going to pay a fee anywhere between $10 and $150. Okay, on average, depending on the size of the trade. Now, some of you are already saying like, wait, no way. I have Robinhood and I don't pay $150 or $10, or I don't pay any fees. Well, you don't, but the funds who get access to your information to bet against you or with you to enrich themselves do. They pay your fees. But nonetheless, a fee is paid on every single transaction. And guess who keeps that money? The NASDAQ. The NASDAQ does. Now, the NASDAQ is a centralized exchange where you give them custody of your money, stocks, and power. So what is a decentralized exchange? Well, essentially, it is peer-to-peer trading. Instead of going to Binance or Coinbase or whatever, it is decentralized, okay? And it is peer-to-peer. So how does this work? All right. So by the way, these are all centralized exchanges, Poloniex, Bittrex, these are kind of older. Decentralized exchange is everybody here, all of us on this podcast. Okay, so how does this work? Well, let's say instead of Apple, we have FXS, and instead of cash, we have ETH, because ETH is a stronger coin. Well, every single time a trade is made between these two, a 1% fee is charged. And if I put my money up, my crypto up, as collateral, which I can withdraw at any point in time, by the way, I can withdraw it at any point in time, I'm earning on average on this day 523%. No Ponzi scheme, no MLM, no selling you Monavie juice. Good old-fashioned cash flowing finance. The way the NASDAQ does it, the way Binance does it, the way the New York Stock Exchange does it, except guess what? You can do it too. And we do it using smart contracts. Now, these things called smart contracts. Now, here's another example. And by the way, everybody, we're making these ridiculous fees. Ridiculous. This is how we infinitely print money. Okay? So let's say USDC, which is a stable coin, it's supposed to be backed 1-to-1 by the dollar, is cash, and ETH is Apple in this situation. Well, based on the volume, and this is what we teach, you're able to earn on this day, it was 1,217%, 1,217% on average, if the volume would have remained stable. Now, it goes down, it goes up, all that stuff. But make no mistake, we are making this money. We are making this money. Okay? So let's say in this situation, all right, so if you were to put in $10,000 here into this situation, okay, how much would you earn? If you're earning 523%, that's off $10,000, $52,300. Or here, if you had $10,000 invested here, well, that would mean you would have $121,000 in your crypto account, assuming these fees remained level, which they don't. Okay, which they don't. They go up, they go down. They stay flat for a little bit. Okay. So what is infinite crypto banking? It's the ability to print money the same way that Wall Street does using DeFi. And here you go. Again, no MLM, no, hey man, we'll send you a check on Monday, or you can withdraw, do a bank transfer. None of that. I come here, click on this button, sign my contract here. All right. I take my fees out. This is one day, by the way, for me. This is one day off 20,000. Okay. I took this and I spent this. I actually spent this money. So how do you build wealth in crypto? And bear with me. I'm almost there. But it's super important that you stay until the end because we have something for you. So 1, you want to become as decentralized as possible. 2, you want to educate yourself. Billy's been talking about education all night long, right? I educate myself with Billy stuff, with Dr. B Serious stuff. 3, have a good plan in place to hit your goals. I talk about my portfolio all the time, all right? Where my passive income is, all this stuff. I'm building it new up because we had some new plays come up, but I talk about it all the time. Have others invest your money for you who know more about you than the investment subject matter. And here's the key part. Without losing control. Without losing control of your money or crypto. And learn how to do your own research and become your own crypto financial advisor. Super important. And the reason we do this, so we don't end up in the clutches of this guy and this guy and this guy and have all your hard-earned crypto or hard-earned money yanked from you. You see, we want you to have control of your crypto portfolio, not take custody of your money and hide what we do with it, which is what all of those other guys and gals did.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we truly build wealth in crypto? Learn DeFi, but have the pros manage your crypto without ever losing custody in our ARC managed vaults. Okay. So our ARC managed vaults, this is a screenshot, fully decentralized. You're able to just deposit your money here and you're the only one who can withdraw with this. Fully transparent. This is literally connected to the blockchain, which the blockchain, you can see every single transaction in a wallet since the inception of that wallet. You can literally go back to the beginning of the managed vault and see every single transaction. And you can even, it's really cool. You can see, okay, I want to see all the swaps or all the trades. I want to see all the fees that have been paid. All of that is fully transparent, guys and gals. No fund is doing that. Or they go, yeah, let us send you a bill at the end of the month. But the good news, it's an email bill. It's paperless. So, we care about the earth. No. You learn. I had millionaires come up to me and go, hey, bro, let me just give you $1 million and you put it in here. I go, hey, bro, why don't you take my test and then you can get in here.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the more you know, because guys, gals, Billy knows this too. The investment goes up and down. No risk, no reward.
Yep.
Last thing I want is some person coming back to me, giving me 100,000 or $1 million. They put it in and then they log on one day after 3 months and it's down 20%, shitting their pants. No, thank you. Right? No. You need to know what you're getting into. Stop being complacent. Now is the time for you to learn how to manage your own money. Now is the time to learn what you're investing in. Not going to the financial advisor and going, he brings a book or she brings a book this big and go, okay, here's all the rules and regulations the SEC came up with. Really? Nobody ever read those. Maybe Billy does because he probably reads like a page a second, but I know I didn't. All right? I know I didn't. You don't read all your disclosures. Well, with us, you're gonna, because they're easily put there. Hey, you know that this is dangerous, yet Billy went through it. Did you not go through it?
I did. I went through everything. It took hours. I went through everything. Everyone, your people held my hand and walked me through everything step by step by step. And they had extreme patience, showing me exactly what I needed to do, what I needed to learn. And I learned it all and I went through it all. And I'm so grateful for that because I've added a new knowledge base to myself that nobody can take away.
Yep. Yeah. And again, Billy's in this. It's fully managed by me and actually 2 other of my coaches. All right. By me and 2 other of my coaches. And we talk about it every single week. We don't send you a bill. No, we talk about it. you know what you're investing in. And again, you have custody of your money. You want to come, you're like, hey, I don't like this. You withdraw your money like that. There's no bank run. There's no risk of bank run, nothing like that. No United States bailout. There doesn't need to be. And only the students of the art can join the managed vault. But again, you got to test out to make sure you understand what you're investing in. And best of all, we're fully insured against exploits because there are risks in crypto. But I come from the law, so I evaluate risk very seriously. I look at all things. How can this go wrong? How can we lose money? Okay? How can we lose our students' money if they're invested in this? So we're invested in a DeFi insurance company called Nexus Mutual. And I'm not going to go into this, but we use a strategy called the 25% rule. So we constantly know that we are taking profit. And now we're starting to take profit basically into Bitcoin and Ethereum because the United States dollar trash is no longer acceptable for us. All right. And so we're going into cryptos that actually are going to have value and money that is actually going to have value in the future. Okay. But you can see this. All right. You can see this. Look at this. In all of this is my personal portfolio, but it mimics similar to the managed vault, what I'm invested in. Yesterday's APR. So on average, I was at 132% APR. This was just a couple weeks ago. It's probably up today. Oh, whoops. Here, day after, 146%. Now, let me show you how this starts to add up because I want you to all, Billy said, the last thing you want to do is just put your crypto and let it build dust on your wallet or in an exchange. So here's the potential difference of just holding crypto and being your own bank. So hold. Let's say Bitcoin goes back up to $67,000 again. When I did that, geez Louise, when I did this, the price of Bitcoin was $27,000. Today it's like 24 something. Okay, but let's just assume it's 27,000. This would be a 248% return. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But if you buy one BTC, you'll only ever have $67,000. See what I mean? Now, here's how you really get rich. So please pay attention. Here's the difference between holding your crypto and being the bank. Now, let's say your BTC goes up by 240%, 48%. But now you have an additional 146.62% in fees that you are making in Bitcoin. So you're making additional fees in Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? Billy knows this.
Yeah.
But hopefully all you get. Now let's do the math. Let's say I put one Bitcoin and I compound that Bitcoin at 146% per year, meaning I'm rolling my investment. Over 3 years with no additional deposits, which I do not recommend. I always recommend you constantly are dollar cost averaging in. My Bitcoin now, the amount of Bitcoin that I have, instead of one Bitcoin, I have 63.43 Bitcoin. Now, let's do the math on that. APY, because there's a yield, annual percentage yield means I am compounding. So instead of it being 146%, because I'm compounding it, it actually is 298%, so almost 300%. So now I have 63.43 Bitcoin instead of one. Do the math. 63.43 BTC times $67,000 in 3 years is now worth $4.2 million. Does that get you up in the morning, Billy?
Gets me up in the morning, man. Gets me up real good in the morning.
Yeah. Now, results are not guaranteed and obviously vary based off market conditions. I want you all to know that you're not going to get on a bike for the first time here and just cruise right up the hill or down the hill. Gals, guys, this is a volatile market.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, last Friday, I could have cracked a nut with my ass. It was so tight after all the things that were going on. All right. But I knew, I was like, all right, here we go. This is it. This stuff is happening. It's going down right now. All right. But this is where you end up. Now imagine Bitcoin at 150,000. Billy, do you have a calculator there?
Yeah.
Do 150,000 times 63.43. And by the way, this isn't an impossible number. Bitcoin's already been at 67 or 68,000. What's the math on that?
$9,514,500.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now imagine that some people are saying Bitcoin's going to 1 million or 10 million times 63 Bitcoin. That's 63 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's 630 million. And you think we're going to stop after 3 years? Hell no. We're the most innovative educational company on the face of the planet right now. We're coming for this. And we're at the bleeding edge of this technology. So again, this is not financial advice. This is just what me and my students are doing. Okay, you've learned the 4 things that the ARC teaches in order to ensure success of building your wealth in crypto. You learned everything is headed into crypto DeFi, from stocks, commodities, to real estate. You've learned it's possible to keep your crypto safe in your possession. You've learned it's possible to be decentralized and have your crypto properly invested without ever losing your money. Okay? Now, here's the problems you'll face going forward if you try to do this on your own. You'll try to learn how to do all this alone, although it's simple if you have a good teacher, in my opinion. It isn't easy. Trial and error could cost you years and thousands of wasted dollars. I know I'm a degen when it comes to this stuff. I'll experiment on anything because I want to know, but it ain't going to get to you when it's doing that. I'm going to bring it to you when it's all in a nice, beautiful bow. But even if you're able to become your own bank, likely you won't know which areas are the safest and give you the highest interest rates. You'll spend dozens of hours like I did doing research online, looking at forums, and talking to strangers only to possibly put all your money in the wrong place and risk losing it all. And even if you do get it right, the market's always changing. All right? And what's a good idea today may not be a good idea in a few months. I can tell you that the things that I'm talking about today, I wasn't talking about last year. And with a community, without a community or coaching, you have no feedback loop. How do you know what's working? Ask questions, get support, share wins. Billy even gets into the chat sometimes and asks questions.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Absolutely.
So your 2 options are do it yourself, or in my opinion, the better option, it's follow a proven roadmap. And hang in there because I do have something else that I think you're going to find really interesting. So right now it's like, Morpheus, you're Neo, Billy and I are Morpheus. All right. And we got the red pill and the blue pill right in front of you. Blue pill, stay in your comfortable illusion of a life while the matrix may be crumbling around you right now. Or red pill, you get out of your comfort zone like Billy has, like I have. I didn't talk about my story. Billy didn't talk about his story, but our stories are pretty wild.
Yeah.
You get out of your comfort zone and we show you another way to live the life that you want. Right?
That's right.
Man, we've freed a lot of financial slaves, Billy.
Yes, we have. A lot.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them. Hundreds of Billy's people have come over. And it's going to be thousands. Yep. Who are we not for? People who are completely broke. By the way, broke is a mindset. I'm not talking about money. Right, Billy?
Absolutely. It's all about a mindset.
People who think everything is a scam and the world is out to get them. Don't want to deal with them. See you later. Go back to Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
They'll give you a lollipop and a pat on the ass on the way out, right?
And they'll take your money at the end of the week.
Yeah, and your money at the end of the week. Exactly. People who are stuck in analysis by paralysis mode. No, man. You don't get too into your brain. You got to let the universe bring what it's bringing, because it's all flowing, whether you like it or not. I lived in the jungle for 4 months last year. You want to talk about a flow, and you want to talk about not evolving. If you don't evolve, you die out there. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on right now in the financial system. People who are not serious about creating a 6-figure passive income. It may take you a year or two. It took me a year or two. I'm not going to lie. It may take you a year or two, but you got to keep on it. You got to learn. You got to DCA. And that's, you may have to pick up the Uber job right now. You may have to put in that extra time, that OT, to dollar cost average in. But there's going to come a point where that crypto nuclear fission is going to take over, and you're going to be able to reap the rewards of that energy that you put into it. Who are we perfect for? People who want to get out of the time-dependent 9-to-5 position and start making money online. People who are looking to create multiple streams of passive income using crypto and DeFi so that they can start living the lives they want. People who have heard about crypto but have been afraid to try it for fear of losing their money. Or people who have already invested in cryptocurrency but want an even safer, more lucrative way to grow their investment. Okay? Now, warning. If you want to have an extraordinary life, you have to put in extraordinary work. You guys, I put in some extraordinary work for you all tonight.
Yep.
To show you. Like, if you don't see it by now, man, and you're still on here, I don't know why you're still on here, but if you're still on here, you're seeing it. All right? But this is not the place where you're going to come and we're going to be like, yeah, guys, hey, it's going to be so easy. Don't worry about it. We're going to take everything for it. No, you got to roll up your sleeves, just like Billy did. And Billy is a busy guy, arguably probably the busiest person that I know in my life right now. And he still made the time to do this.
I made the time. I made it. But now I'm in a 5-figure passive income at this point. I've got 5 figures worth of money working my way towards 6 figures.
100%. And it'll be here sooner rather than later.
That's right.
So the recipe is simple. Access to good investments plus DeFi education plus focus, massive amounts of passive income. Now, this is not free. Okay, we're not giving this to you for free. All right. We've had students that are generating 10K plus per month. I have students making hundreds of $1,000s per month.
You do.
Plus, there's nowhere else that offers a managed vault. Nowhere else that's teaching what we teach. And this is bleeding edge new technology that you have the inside track on now. So what are your options to learn true infinite banking with us? Here's what it is. All right, pay attention. I'm going to start high. I want you to see the high stuff first. Okay, I want you to see the high stuff. So we have Arc Cosmos. This is our one-on-one. This is what Billy did. One-on-one group with also group learning. So we do over 12 hours of personalized one-on-one instruction, actively using your individual crypto assets. Okay. We also get you into something called the Trader's Vault, which I'm not even going to talk about it, but it's doing about anywhere between 10 to 109% per month. But I'm not even going to talk about it. That's different than the Managed Vault. Yeah. All right. It's different than the Managed Vault, but it's kicking ass and taking names. You're going to get access to 5 group classes. So even though you have the one-on-one stuff with one of our coaches, and by the way, these coaches are not VAs in Timbuktu. These are my students who became coaches, and all of them have over 2 years experience in teaching crypto. These are not lightweights by any means. You're going to get 5 live group classes on all things DeFi, which I always encourage. Even if you do this, that you do it, you get 5 live group classes on a follow-up workshop. And you also have access to the managed vaults. Okay. You have access to our ARC Launchpad. So if you're a self-starting learner, you can do that on your own. Okay. And you're going to have access to our Discord where we talk all day long. Like you guys would have seen all of this stuff going down on Friday because I got on there and all of us were chatting away.
Yeah.
Talking about what is this? What's going on? And then we share the alpha. We share the things that are going up in value. We share the new technology where you can invest and make lots of money. You get access to Wise Wednesday and Saturday schools with me. And then if you're in the United States, we give you 1 hour with Crypto Lorenzo Abeto. He's actually there in Miami. I got to link you and Lorenzo up, Billy. He's the best. He's the best.
Definitely.
He's a CPA. He knows his stuff. He knows how to do all the crypto taxes. He knows how to save you money on your crypto legally.
Yeah.
Okay. You get access to Thrive Thursdays where you learn how to skyrocket your income. I'm talking about mindset there. Teach you what I went through, what some of our other coaches have gone through. All right. And you get a hardware ledger wallet that you send in a badass welcome packet. All right. Mm-hmm. Now this $9,997 up front. Let me tell you right now, if you haven't already booked, please start booking because last time Billy and I got on, there was a 4-week wait time for the majority of people because everybody wants access to this stuff. And if you're one of our students, please type in the chat. Let everybody know. I'm sure you've been commenting, students, but let everybody know what your experience is. So $9,997 up front. We do payments, okay? And it's $97 per month thereafter. That keeps you in the group as long your grandfathered in at that night. I don't care if inflation goes up 1,000%. We're not changing that on you. All right. This is our other one. This is our really popular package. All right. And I have a special deal on this one tonight. So you get, essentially the things that you don't get in this one, you don't get the one-on-one work and you don't get the ledger wallet, but you still get the 5 group classes. And by the way, the other one is for like people who are busy, people who want like to just get in now, help me. They don't want to sit through a class. Like I like sitting through classes, but also the one-on-one work. So like me personally, I still go with the expensive one. Billy, obviously he goes with the expensive one, but you may just want to do this one because you want to save some money. That's fine. You're still going to get the 5 live group classes. You're still going to get the 5 live group workshops. So like if you fall into something, you're like, hey, I don't quite understand this because we give you homework. You're going to have homework. You're like, hey, I don't quite understand this. Well, you're going to go, all right, go to the workshop. One of our coaches is going to show you how to do it and clean it up. There's nothing we haven't been able to solve. So you're still going to get access to the managed vaults and you're going to get access to the ARC Launchpad, all the stuff. You're still going to get access to all the other things, just not the one-on-one work, which is very, very labor intensive on our end. So the price for this, if it's outside of tonight, all right, $3,997 up front and $97 per month. Okay, but if you sign up tonight, we're going to knock off $200. I know it's not a lot, but I'm saving a little bit. We're going to drop a link in the chat, all right, to sign up for this like right now, because again, we do have a waiting period to just talk to one of our people. So if you're like, no, I trust Billy, I trust Swami, I trust Gaven. They showed me some alpha tonight. I've been watching Billy since, 1999 or whatever. Let's go. Let's get this done. Okay, we're going to knock $200 off. So it'd be $3,797 and you get signed up right now. It's still $97 per month, but we're going to throw that because then I don't need to pay somebody to talk to you. Okay? And by the way, if you want to talk to somebody, that's okay. I get it. Talk to them. You're not going to have us pressuring you into a sale. Never, ever. In fact, Billy, we did like something 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We still are talking to people because we don't like, oh, today's the day. Otherwise, tomorrow you're gonna get wrecked with the pricing. And we don't do that.
Yeah, I know. You guys don't put any pressure. There's no pressure on anybody. Either they want to learn more and they want to try this, or they don't. It's up to them. But hey, nobody's offering this level of teaching out there, and a lot of people are looking to start their own business, become their own bank, become their own source of passive income, or find a way to create passive income. And they're scratching their heads like crazy. I get a million messages every single day. Well, I don't know how to find my passion. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I can do to start a business. Everybody's got a business doing this. Everybody has a business doing that. This is something that people can look at and say, hey, this is an opportunity for me to see this as a business opportunity and invest in themselves and potentially make money.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And by the way, like, you can also put this on a payment plan. So even if you're like, gosh darn it, I don't have, like, all I have is $4,000 and I want to invest that. We got you. We got a payment plan, right? We got a payment plan. All right. I think it's like 200. It can be as low as $200 a month or something like that. Don't quote me. All right. I don't want to, my sales team is probably killing me. All right. You're not going to get the $200 off. All right. Cause financing costs money, but we do have a payment plan. But if you're willing to pay cash right now or credit card, we take crypto too, but it's just easier because not everybody has crypto accessible or whatever, but we obviously take crypto. I prefer crypto. Then I don't need to pay Stripe 2% or 3% or whatever it is I pay. So we anticipate these 2 courses selling out. All right. It's already happened to us 4 times in the last year.
It actually has.
Billy said, it was funny. I went and had breakfast with Billy and Elizabeth in LA back in December. And he goes, like, we started seeing all sorts of people signing up. And he goes, yeah, it's called the forbidden knowledge effect.
That's the forbidden effect.
The forbidden effect, right? The forbidden effect. Trust me when I tell you the forbidden effect is real. And it has happened to us many a times. Yeah. So, but again, if you want to talk to somebody, it's cool. We're not going to pressure you. We want to make sure you're a good fit for us. The last thing we want is to take you out of the matrix and then, what's his name? Cypher or whatever his name, and have to plant you back in, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. We want to, when we bring you out, we want to show you that you are the hero of your own journey. You are the person that has the full control of your own financial destiny. You really do. Sometimes it comes with a little bit of courage, especially in crypto, but you've got the right group to do it. And if you like working smarter and not harder and want to go with option 2, which is that blueprint, having a coach or many coaches, having a community. Let's talk about how we can get you set up in the next day, or just go ahead and sign up now. Billy's talked to you. Bill, maybe the first time, or maybe even the second time, because he's still getting on board with us and all that stuff. But by the third time that Billy started talking about us, he knew what's up. We're the best in the world when it comes to this. There's best,
no doubt about it,
in the world. And you're hearing it from Billy Carson. You guys know Billy. You trust Billy. I know I trust Billy. So if you're interested, again, we've sold out twice just this year alone. Just this year. We've sold out 4 times, but twice just this year. So don't get added to our wait list. Take action now, guys and gals. And with that, I'm going to end this show. Do we want to take some questions, Billy?
I have another podcast starting right behind this. Okay. Unfortunately, let's see if we can take about 3 real quick.
All right, let's take 3
you guys
questions.
Give me three good questions here in the chat.
Why does Billy? Hold on. This is a good one. Why does Billy and Gavin want all your cash that they say is going to be worthless?
This person obviously didn't listen to a thing we said. They didn't listen to a thing we said.
Yeah.
We don't want your cash.
Yeah, so it's okay. But let me answer that, because I think it's
Go
like
ahead.
kind of the hardest question there.
Yeah.
So we take cash and we turn it into crypto. So
Yeah.
that's what we do.
And then the crypto goes in their wallet.
Yeah. Any suggestion on NFTs? Yeah, go buy the Forbidden Knowledge one. Where's my black card? I have a black card. We also have an NFT within ARC that gives you access to all sorts of really cool benefits and all that stuff, but I'm not going to talk about that here. All right, NRG's ready now. Awesome, man. Awesome. Get signed up then. That link is there to sign up like now. I need to upgrade from AWX. All right, cool. Yeah, we do have one that's $360, but I really don't want to talk about that one right now because we want to get other people going. But talk to the salesperson, or they may even send you an email if that's something that you're interested in. You can just sign up. Link on website. Yeah. So let's see here. Start doing your own research yourself, and it will all come together just like everything else. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Let's see here. Mr. Carson is the truth. All right. I don't see any like valid questions here, Billy. So let's call it a night. My voice is toast. I went back to back and I'm done.
Hey man, we gave people a lot of education. If you stayed on this video and you didn't gain some knowledge from this, then you weren't listening. You heard us, but you weren't listening. Even if you don't sign up, you should have gained knowledge from this video tonight. And so that's the ultimate goal, is for people to gain knowledge. If you gain knowledge and you gain some wisdom and understanding, now you've got to let that marinate. If you gained an understanding that this is an opportunity for you, then you need to click that link in the caption or the bio of this video and get registered ASAP to see what program of ARC is right for you. I am an actual ARC student. In my most recent workshop, I posted my my ARC net worth. Was not my crypto net worth, I should say. And so like Gaven says, it's publicly available. So you can't hide it. You can't lie about it. You can't say, hey, this is what I made, guys. And then people can look up your freaking amount of money that you have in value on the blockchain and see that you lied. And so you can't lie. Right now, my net value is about $135,000. And I started with about $7,000. So it's an opportunity that's here for you. It's not for everybody. It may or not be for you. We're not financial advisors. We're presenting you with an opportunity that maybe you could take advantage of in lieu of what else is going on in the world in this fiat currency banking system. And with that being said, Gaven, I appreciate you. Thanks for hopping on and spending your time tonight. And I'll catch up with you. I'm actually going to give you a call so we can go over some stuff tomorrow. All right?
Let's do it, my man.
All right.
Sounds
Please,
good.
brother. Appreciate you.
All right,